This guy is entertaining as fuck, right? He's one of my newest trolls, and he is consistent in his dumb fuckery. I just did a video about him because he said in a comment on another video that the last 4 years, the 4 years under Joe Biden, were the worst 4 years this country has ever had. The worst. That's forgetting about slavery, internment camps, the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Great Depression, the recession under the Bush administration, the insane inflation and corruption we saw under Reagan, the oil embargoes and the lines around the block to get fuel. Ignoring all, the last 4 years were the worst this country has ever seen, he said in another comment. And now he's back. You only pay attention to what CNN tells you. So let's pause right there. That's how you know he's an ignorant fuck, right? Because I've been telling you guys for the last 4 or 5 years that I've been doing video content. Prior to that, I had 12 years of doing non-video content. But the last 4 or 5 years that I've been doing video content, I've been telling you consistently that I haven't watched CNN for news since the first Gulf War. That's back during Poppy Bush. I don't watch. I can't tell you the last time I picked up a remote control and turned a fucking TV on. As a matter of fact, we need new furniture in the living room, and we're talking very seriously. Not very seriously, we're going to do that. We're not going to have a TV in there anymore because nobody fucking watches it. But because you have been brainwashed into believing anybody that doesn't think like you do must watch CNN, you just regurgitate the given lines, right? That shows, that very opening line shows that you are incapable of thinking for yourself. Which I already knew. Just wanted a spotlight for everybody else. You only pay attention to what CNN tells you. We're talking about Trump now, first 4 years were the best you ever had, but you'll make a video saying otherwise. Was it the best we ever had? No, those were some pretty fucking hectic years, as a matter of fact. My wife, prior to Trump becoming president, built herself up to the point where she was making phenomenal money. Well over 6 figures. And then enter Trump, and everything plateaued and started to go down. My wife had a heart attack. Now, granted, she's an overweight smoker, but stress really was an overweight smoker. Stress really added to her heart attack because in the downward financial spiral that we found ourselves under Trump, she, as somebody that ran 2 facilities that exported bulk agricultural commodities to Southeast Asia, had to figure out a way to fire / layoff / cut back on all kinds of expenses, and it stressed her out to the point where she drove herself into a fucking emergency room stay because she had a heart attack. Yeah, those were some phenomenal 4 years. Was it the best 4 years for the country? Not even close. Once again, Trump got into office and immediately got the 2017 Trump tax cuts, which were billed as the greatest job-creating tax cuts in American history. And then he proceeded to oversee the creation of 1.4 million fewer jobs in his first 3 years, not COVID, first 3 years, than Obama did in his last 3 years. Obama had overall better GDP numbers, better employment numbers, and then Trump plateaus the whole thing and then ignores a pandemic and watches the whole economy drive off of a cliff. But this is the kind of lunacy we deal with, folks, right? A guy who says that the last 4 years under Biden were the worst 4 years in American history, and that the 4 years under Donald Trump, where at the end of it all, he became only the second president in the last how many decades or generations to have fewer people working than when he started. And you couldn't even go to a movie theater or a restaurant or get on a cruise ship or any of that shit. Those were the best 4 years of our life. Yeah. The delusion is strong.